We are back after some technical difficulties. Either you are one of the few people here who are watching it live, or you are watching the recording after. If you're watching the recording, hello from the, I was going to say future, but it's actually past. Back to the future. Hello from the past. We wanted to do this webinar to make sure that we, ahead of Saturday, answer some of the questions you might have, or rather the questions we sometimes wish you would ask, but don't know how to ask. It's a bit about body and a bit about mind. So I'm going to do the asking, and these people next to me are going to do the answering. So my name is Maren. I am the creative lead for the Rwenzori Marathon, and to my, well, we'll still do ladies first, I think. So Sue, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but yeah, we're here and we're ready to answer any questions you might have. And my name is Sue, and I'm the Associate Manager for Rwenzori Marathon. It's my first time here, first time in Kasese, and I look forward to bringing you guys a really cool event. And yeah, the team's been working really hard behind the scenes to bring you an awesome day on Saturday.
Hi, good evening. My name is Dr. David Ndawula, and I joined the Rwenzori Marathon team to help advise on medical issues. I come to you with a background in medicine, so I'm a family practitioner. I do quite a bit of travel medicine as well, but recently went into World Athletics medical training, and I come to help bring you a safe marathon. My advice is going to be about your bodies, how you take care of those, and make Saturday a very, very safe day for all of you. Thank you.
So my first question is technically to both of you. I think everyone has heard about the wall.
Yes.
The wall. I'm not, someone calls it also the man with the hammer.
Yeah, that is good.
Sue, let's start with you. Explain what it is and explain how you avoid it.
So it usually comes around, hits a lot of people. You hit the wall, run into a brick wall, around possibly 35, 36 Ks. That is when the marathon gets hard. But in any event, if you haven't drunk enough, eaten enough, basically refueled your body, looked after your hydration, and also your salt intake, then your body will tell you, I can't do this anymore. And it might come, it depends what distance you're doing, but you can run into that brick wall at any stage, in any distance. And it all comes down to making sure you eat and drink properly. And foods that suit you. Everyone's different. Don't always listen to what everyone else is doing. It must be something that you've trained with, that you're used to taking. Don't try anything new on race day. I think that's my main.
Yeah. Well, if I could just add to what Sue said, look at it like fueling your car. Your body's the car, and you're running on reserves. Now, most of us store our energy in the form of glycogen. Glycogen is the stored form in our livers, and each one of us have about 1.5 to 2 hours supply of glycogen. Now, depending on whether your diet has been good the last few days, whether you've eaten anything on race day, 35K is roughly about almost 2 hours into the race. And so for most of us, if you haven't taken care of that, that's when your reserves get empty. And so part of your race management is taking care of yourself the day before. Make sure you stock up. And before you get to 35K, make sure you put something in the tank as well. Otherwise, boom, you hit the wall.
And it hurts.
It hurts, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think those are very good advice. Can we be more specific? What does fueling before the race day actually mean?
Okay, well, if I could just jump in here before Sue takes over.
No,
It's
both of you.
about it's about putting something into your tank. I've been around the venue here, and there's a lot of partying going on. And we have a very early start on Saturday. And so the tendency is we may not pay attention to that. So what we're looking for is up to a couple of days before the race, make sure that you're taking in plenty of complex carbohydrates. Whatever you can find, nothing, don't try anything new.
What is complex carbohydrates?
Okay, now carbohydrates are essentially our energy, the energy forms in our diet. And what we're looking for is those that release energy slowly into our body. Plain sugar that releases a huge rush of sugar doesn't stay very long in your body. But things like whether it's a cereal, Weetabix, muesli, whether it's the local food, cassava, things like that, those will release energy a lot slower. And what you're looking for is making sure that the stores you have in your body, especially the stores in your liver, are full. If your body does not have sugar coming from your liver, it's going to turn to fat. And that's a much heavier process of producing energy.
And then you get tired.
You get tired, you have muscle pain. Okay, so it's about a few days before paying attention to your diet, paying attention to your hydration, paying attention to your electrolyte intake.
Is Carlo part of this?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'm asking on behalf of the locals.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very good food. Hello, millet, excellent.
So now you hear that, you can eat all the local food you want. Sue, anything to add?
My go-to on race day is in the morning is oats, some kind of maize porridge, that kind of thing. That is always something that I find gets me, and it doesn't upset my stomach. So yeah, that's my go-to.
What about those of us like me who really don't want to eat in the morning of race day?
Well, then the wall becomes real.
Yeah, the man with the hammer.
Oh yeah, the wall becomes very real. I know the gels, the carbohydrate gels are not available here. So we do make do with.
They are actually, we have someone on the expo that is.
Excellent. Yes, so looking for an energy source, one thing you must know is that during a race, your blood is diverted to parts of your body that need more oxygen. Now, your intestine is not one of those. Most of the blood will go to the muscles. It'll go very little to your brain. So that's why during a race, it's not advisable to eat very heavy things because you're not going to pick anything up. You want ready forms of energy to go into your body, and that gets quickly used up. But it is so important. This is one of the things that every runner must have on their checklist days before the race. Make sure you're stocking up not just on energy, on fluid, on rest, so that for race day you are ready to run.
So tonight 8 hours, tomorrow 8 hours, and how much water do we have to drink?
Well, as a simple rule of thumb, there are two things you can use: the color of your urine. Too dark means you're taking too little. Too light, you want a nice, healthy yellow color. That's one. But also another rough rule of thumb is take your weight and divide it by 30. Okay. Simple rule of thumb. And try and get that into you. Now, we have healthy kidneys, our bodies regulate how much we keep in and how much we take out. But those two things can give you an idea. Color of your urine and take your weight and divide by 30.
I've never heard the last one before. Fascinating. Oh, that's fun. Okay, that's a bit about before. I have so many questions, but let's actually, I wanted to talk a little bit about the course and the preparation. So then we're back to Sue, Miss Associate Manager. Give us a little bit of the race prep so that things go well on the day. Talk us through getting to the start, all of that stuff.
So I think we always tend to think we've got loads of time in the morning, but if I can give advice, if you're doing the marathon, you're getting on a bus that's taking you to the equator for the start. Those leave just after 4 a.m. and with the last one around probably just after 5 a.m. So in order to get you there in time, please don't aim to go for the last bus. We want people, a steady stream of people. So if I can just set your alarm early, get up, eat your food, make sure you get to the bus on time. The roads do close from 4 a.m. So just be aware of that. And then I think once you get to the start at the equator, it's dark. We will have we'll have lighting in the area, but just note that once you leave that area, we have got lighting in certain sections along, but it is going to be quite dark for the first few kilometers of your run. And it's important that you pay attention to your surroundings, watch your footing. There's a couple of speed bumps that you're going to encounter. So just be mindful of that. The team will have some form of lighting traveling ahead and to the sides of the route, they've assured me, but just be aware it is dark and you're in the middle of nowhere. It's a national park. And also just be aware there's an electric fence. So if you decide to Bondi bash to find a toilet, you might get a bit of a fright, a kickstart to your race.
Don't do that.
Yeah, please don't do that. And then I think we've done the team. I did a route recce with the team this afternoon. And I think just be aware of where you're running, watch your footing, listen to the marshals. They're there for a job, to do a really important job to keep you safe. So if they ask you to take a certain route, listen to them. They're not trying to be difficult. They're trying to ensure that you safely get around the route. And prepare for the climb, I think, if you're doing the marathon. And
Kilembe Hill.
Yeah, I drove up it for the first time and I'm like, okay. But it's beautiful. You're going to love it. And yeah, but just be aware.
Yeah, so maybe good for you guys online to know there will be mobile toilets. So yeah, don't run into the electrical.
Bondi bash, yeah.
There are also some fuel stations on the way that also have toilets.
Yes.
Before we get to Kilembe Hill, which is its own topic in itself, let's also talk about specifically, once you've gotten on the bus, and again, to repeat, from 4 to 5, don't aim on being on the last bus at 5:10.
Please.
Meaning you reach the start some like an hour to 30 minutes before the start. What do you spend that time on? What is it that you do to really make sure that you're ready?
I usually do a bit of stretching, bit of light stretching. You don't have to overdo it, and maybe just try and warm up a bit. You always see the elites running up and down, and they arrive at the start line quite sweaty. I don't think you need to go as far as that, but it's important to get your body, whatever, if it's your first time, I'm sure you've been training, you're preparing, you know what works for your body. And if I can also emphasize, don't do anything new. Don't take on anything new shoes, new socks, new shirt. It's kind of, it's anything new is not a good idea. Look, you can run in your race shirt though.
Yes, that's not a new shirt.
That's not
different.
Yeah, that's different.
Yes.
Don't do Amos with Kesa and Two Oceans, who went to the start of a 56 kilometers in new shoes, new socks, new shorts, and new watch.
Yes. And didn't hit the wall, but got in a Bela bus.
Yeah.
I feel like that's almost like it's underneath the wall.
Well, if I may just add, Matt,
Yes.
at the beginning, it's a good time to think your strategy
Yes,
through.
mentally. Yeah.
Start to prepare yourself mentally. Start to, hopefully you've looked at the map, you have an idea of where's what. and start to just prepare yourself, because there's going to be such an adrenaline rush when everybody starts, that if you haven't thought your strategy through, you're going to try and keep up with people who are very fast.
I feel personally offended.
Okay, yes.
I may or may not have done this a few times.
Okay. Yes, so have your strategy, start at your pace, and have your plan. And that's a good time to start to think about it, stretch your muscles,
Yes.
and just get ready for a good run. Yes. Yes.
And if I can just jump in, I think the plan is important, but also realize that some days things don't go according to plan, and know that that's okay. You know, if you're not going to do your PB, or you're not going to break a certain goal that you're going for, that's okay. Then dial it back a bit and have a plan B. But yeah, great point about having a plan. Yeah, and thinking about it.
And you know, I was just thinking today that it's been quite cloudy in Kasese, so we also have to think the weather through. Make sure that if it does rain, you have shoes with good grip, so that you don't slip and fall and hurt yourself in the process. But otherwise, have fun.
That's the main thing. I think you signed up for this. You're here for a good time. That's what you got to have.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna suffer, but you're gonna be happy about it.
Yeah.
As they say in Harry Potter. Let's rain can happen. I'm actually gonna be really happy if it happens. There's a significant chance though that the opposite will happen, and that it will be very hot.
Oh.
So let's talk about how we deal with heat.
Yes.
Because I think that one is equally a risk here in Kasese.
Yes.
Yeah, you go.
Excellent. Heat is a real risk when we run in very hot climates. I love the example of a car. When your car overheats, you get problems. Similarly, when our body overheats, we get problems. Now, we have a natural mechanism that helps cool us down, and that is sweat. Now, you and I know that, yes, we will start sweating pretty early, but we lose salt with our sweat. So two things end up happening if you're sweating a lot in a very, what should I call it, a tough race. So if the humidity also kicks in like it might, you might find that you have to sweat even more. So what's going to happen is you're going to lose fluid. But at the same time, with the fluid, you're losing salt. So you do need to have a hydration plan, again, during the race. And what we will have is a lot of water stations.
Yes.
And the general advice is make sure as much as possible before the race, you've hydrated, okay, a few days before. But during the race, don't take copious amounts of water. Drink to quench, don't drink to fill, okay? Because what that might do is that it might dilute that already low level of sodium in your body. And then we start to get other problems. So aim to stay hydrated. There's usually a little bit of extra water. You might find sprinklers along the way. Their job is to also help you cool down. So let's run sensibly. Let's sip when we can. Carry your water with you. It's going to be important to know that there's a team along the way that's going to make sure you don't run into any trouble with dehydration. They're also going to make sure you're going to have salty snacks along the way, which are important for you to replace the sodium. But those are some of the more worrying things if we don't manage that well. And the people I will ask to be very careful are those maybe who've taken a bit of alcohol before.
I don't know who those people are.
Well, nor do I. But I hope they're not on this group.
They might be my friends.
Yes, alcohol dehydrates you even more. So we do need to be careful about that. Be careful if you're on any medication that will make you pass more water, because that too can be a problem. So it is so important that we get advice. I mean, if you're stuck or you don't know or you're on something and you want to ask, please ask, and we can help you. But I'm usually more cautious about dehydration with the men. I tend to think when we tend to be worse with hydrating ourselves.
It's very true.
Yes.
Yes.
We're probably the ones who've probably been drinking the most the night before.
Probably.
Yes.
With some exceptions.
Well, okay. I shan't ask more. But here we go. Let's run a sensible race. Let's be safe. A lot of the medical problems we can experience along the marathon circuit can be prevented. Hydrate, plenty of salt, plenty of sleep, and run a sensible race. And that you'll get through it.
Actually, we have a question from Alex, and it's a very good one.
Yes.
Would it be safe to carry some salt with me during the race and add a small amount to my water to help replace the salt lost through sweating?
That's a good point. I might say, why don't you do more rehydration salts?
ORS?
Yes, the ORS. ORS has a bit of sugar and a bit of salt. Okay, so that when you're low on the sugar, you're getting some. When you're low on the salt, you're getting some as well. I would prefer that you do more of the ORS, which is a mixture, as opposed to pure salt itself.
We will also, so there is ORS for sale at the expo tomorrow, but there will also be ORS at several of the hydration points, especially towards the later ends of the race. So you can also look for it there. But as always, it's good to prepare for things yourself and then take what you find on the route as a bonus.
Yes. Yes.
I also wanted to add that Rwenzori water has, I don't know, some of you might have done the race before. There's always the 500 millimeter bottles that we supply at the aid stations, and they've created a smaller 300 ml, which is easier to carry. So yeah, you can take that with you, pour it over your head if you're getting too warm. Yeah, but it's going to be, I make it a lot easier for runners, which is great of them to do.
I think that's excellent. And just as a part of our social responsibility, please don't chuck your bottles everywhere. Carry, there should be places you can drop them at all the water points.
That's such a good point. I think we spoke about it on the Reiki today. Just be responsible with, carry it to the next aid station and drop it off there, that it's easier for people to pick up. We are running through part of a nature reserve, so be mindful of that.
So, well, our time is almost up, but well, we have 9 minutes left, but also we're almost done with our questions. So really, it's almost like we're doing well. I wanted to, well, I have separate questions for both of you.
Yeah.
Let me take the one for you first. Chafing, let's talk about it.
Yes. That's really stinging sensation when you get in the shower afterwards. You go, what the hell did I do? Vaseline works really well. There are quite a lot of anti-chafe creams and that.
Before that, where do we shave? Because like most of us, we experience in our marathons the first time, right? You don't do it on a 10K. It's somehow in the 21 or 30.
It's as your clothes get damper. I think ladies often, their crop top, sports bra, that gives issues either at the back or the front. It does help if you tape. You can put micropore tape or plaster. Guys, your nipples, always, when people run in with these, I feel so bad for you. It must be the most painful thing. Put plasters there, that will help. Some people get blister issues, which is a form of chafing. I always I get one particular toe that chafes. I tape it. I've found a way to tape it that it doesn't come off, and that helps, because that can end your race. You know, if you get a painful blister, that makes the last whatever few Ks of your race not very unpleasant. So yeah, I think under your arms, you guys know, and it's it is advisable to look. There's also the baby rash cream that's quite a thick
Sudocrem.
Yes, that works really well as well, because it sticks to your skin and doesn't wash away easily. So yeah,
I'm gonna try that. I haven't tried that before.
It's really good.
Yeah. Then, David.
Yeah.
This one, it's a bit of a broad one, but if you start feeling unwell during the race, any kind of unwell, like what are the steps you should be taking? Like at what point should you, for example, stop pushing through? Because there are many, we often feel unwell just because it's endurance running.
Yeah.
But like at what point do you decide this is a different kind of unwell and here is where I stop pushing through, and what do you do then?
Wow, Maren, that's a huge question. One thing I'll say is that without a doubt, there are stages of that race that will feel difficult. They'll feel hard. But there are some things that we look out for. There are some common medical problems that could occur. And maybe I'll just focus on those for this race. If, for example, you start to get a lot of chest pain and you're finding it difficult to breathe, okay, that's probably something that you need to notify the first aid point. Hopefully, we're going to have some motorbikes moving with you along with the runners, so there'll be people on there you can talk to, and there will be ambulances at different points. So if you're getting chest pain, you're feeling breathless, maybe you've had a history of it before, you fainted, I would say that's number one. Number two, if you notice that well before 25K, where you hit the wall usually, you start to feel faint. Okay, or maybe I didn't get breakfast in. Then your sugar might be going down. Okay, and so there will be people with glucometers. They'll be able to measure your sugar along the way. Now, there are a few things that can go wrong that may actually affect your judgment. So say your salt levels are going down, you will start to feel tired, get a bit disoriented. But I want us to know that, it's always better to be safe. And if in doubt, get help.
Ask. Yeah.
Ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Don't keep pushing just because your
Yes.
friends are pushing.
Yes.
Okay. Stop. You'd rather have it clarified and cleared for you, and you continue. But the most things are about, we can get through. I mean, I'm pretty impressed at how the previous editions have been. Most people have gotten through well.
Absolutely.
But I believe that if we take care of ourselves, remember, some of us take better care of our cars than we do of ourselves. Okay, we're always polishing, making sure the oil. We're the engine that's going to run that marathon.
Here's a question.
Yeah, so there's a question about someone who's running virtual, and he's asking for a half marathon, at what kilometers should I be able to hydrate? Like what point do I get to listen to the body and stop to hydrate?
That's a good one. Suj.
I would start, I wouldn't, I always go for how I feel. And I wouldn't get to a particular kilometer marker. I always believe in taking smaller sips. So if you're doing a virtual run, you're obviously going to be running with some kind of vest, or maybe running with a water bottle. I'm not sure, but I would, from the start, start sipping. Don't just wait until you get to 10Ks and then gulp down water. It's, at slow increments is, for me, I think that works best. As you said earlier, don't glug it down and take loads, rather err on the side of taking less, but more often. Yeah.
Don't disagree. Okay, with 2 minutes, 52 seconds left, I want to give you guys some parting shots. What are things you haven't said already that you really feel like people should remember as they prepare for Saturday?
Have fun. I think we said that earlier. We talk about quite a lot of serious stuff. We talk about getting on the bus, being on time, blah, 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 eating. I think you're here to have fun and then just enjoy a day out with friends, a morning out. Yeah, whether you're doing the 5, 10, 21 or marathon, you signed up for it, and it'll hurt in some places, but have fun. That's,
I will just say, hey, run a sensible race. Don't break your back. If you're tired or you feel that you can't finish, Hey, it's okay. There'll be another time. But let's not run on pure adrenaline. Let's not run on what our friends are doing.
Or what other people will think
Oh,
if you don't make your
absolutely.
PB.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And trust your training if
Yeah.
you've been doing it.
Yes.
Trust
If
your
you've been doing
training.
it.
Because follow the script, go at your pace. Don't worry about everyone else. There'll be another marathon you can run. But let's be safe and let's enjoy ourselves
Yeah,
while we do that.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, both of you. I think this was
you.
very, very sensible. I'm gonna like move myself over here. Hello, I'm still here. We're gonna share this again also, so you can share it with all the people who missed it. I've certainly learned a few new things. The whole thing about body weight I've never heard before, so that was very, very cool. As a race organizer, I also would like to add that there's a lot of information on our website actually, and most people forget to check it. So the event program is there. There's also a event info part where you can check and see all of like the FAQs. Usually a lot of the questions that you would think about are already also there. Yeah, and then sharing is caring, meaning if you now have this information, but your friend does not, please make sure to tell your friends. So yeah, thank you so much. And if you have any other questions, you can also send us emails, and we're still trying to answer them all. Yeah, so thank you everyone, and good night, and see you on race day on Saturday.